Most people don't lose money investing. They quit right before it works. They start strong. They feel motivated. They invest for a few months. And then they stop right before things start to compound. The biggest mistake isn't starting, it's stopping too soon. Investing isn't hard because it's complicated. It's hard because it requires patience. That's the part most people struggle with because results don't show up immediately. And when progress feels slow, doubt starts to creep in. And today, we're breaking down why so many people quit investing too early and how to avoid that mistake. Because if you understand this, you won't just start investing. You will stay invested long enough for it to actually work. Investing is simple. Staying patient is the challenge. Most people come into investing with the wrong expectations. They expect quick gains, fast growth, immediate results, because that's what gets attention. That's what people be talking about. But real investing looks different. In the beginning, it feels slow. You have small balances, slow growth, minimal excitement. You might invest for months and barely see notable change. And that's where the frustration starts. This happens because people expect visible results early, but investing doesn't reward impatience. It rewards time. Compounding is visible before it's powerful. At first, it feels like nothing is happening, but under the surface, your money is starting to build on itself. And that's where people lose patience. They quit during the quiet phase, right before it starts to accelerate. It's like going to the gym. The first few weeks, you don't see much change, but if you stay consistent, the results eventually become obvious. The early stage feels slow, but that's where the foundation is built. They focus on short-term movements. They check their accounts too often, daily, sometimes multiple times a day, and every small movement starts to feel important. What they react to, daily drops. A small dip feels like a big problem. Then you got market news. Headlines create fear or urgency. In social media panic, everyone's sharing opinions, predictions, and emotions. Why this becomes a problem is because short-term movements are normal. But when you focus on them constantly, they start to influence your decisions. You begin to second-guess your strategy, feel anxious about normal fluctuations, make reactive decisions instead of planned ones. Short-term noise creates long-term mistakes because reacting to small movements often leads to big errors over time. Investing is long-term, but people think it's short-term. That disconnect is what causes people to quit too early. It's like checking your weight every hour. Natural fluctuations happen, but they don't reflect real progress. Stop reacting to noise and start trusting the process. Without a plan, investing feels uncertain. And when things feel uncertain, everything feels like a threat. What most people don't know is why they invested. Was it for retirement, wealth building, short-term gains? What their timeline is. Are they investing for 5 years or 30? And what strategy are they following? Are they consistent? Are they reacting? Or are they guessing? This right here becomes a problem because when the market drops, they panic. When the market rises, they chase. Every movement feels personal because there's no structure guiding their decisions. If you don't have a plan, you follow your emotions. And emotions change daily, which means decisions change daily as well. And that leads to inconsistency. A plan gives you direction. It tells you when to invest, when to stay still, when to ignore the noise. Without it, you're just reacting. It's like driving without a destination. Every turn feels uncertain, and every detour feels like a mistake. A plan replaces emotion with direction. This is where most investors lose, not to the market, but to their own reactions. The cycle looks like market drops equals fear. I'm losing money, I should get out. Market rises equals greed. It's going up, I need to get in now. Volatility equals panic. Constant ups and downs create uncertainty. which leads to impulsive decisions. Why this becomes dangerous is because these reactions feel natural, but they lead to the exact opposite of good investing. Buying high, selling low, jumping in and out, all driven by emotion and not strategy. Emotion is the biggest expense in investing because it quietly causes you missed gains, bad timing, broken consistency. People don't lose to the market, they lose to themselves. The market doesn't force decisions, emotions do. It's like driving and reacting to every bump in the road. If you overreact to every movement, you lose control of the direction. So control your emotions, or they'll control your results. Most people expect investing to grow in a straight line, steady, predictable, consistent. But that's not how it works. Real growth looks like this: slow, then faster, then much faster. In the beginning, progress feels small. Balances move a little, returns don't feel exciting. Why this confuses people is they think this isn't working. I'm not seeing results. So they lose patience. Most of the growth happens later, not at the beginning. That's the part most people don't see because they quit before they get there. And people quit before they reach that phase. They leave during the slow stage, right before compounding starts to accelerate. Compounding needs time. The longer you stay in, the more powerful it becomes. But if you stop early and you miss the entry point, it's like pushing a heavy object. At first, it barely moves, but once it gains momentum, it moves much easier. The slow phase is where the real growth begins. Staying invested isn't about doing more, it's about making it easier to stay in the game. Here's the structure that keeps you consistent. First off, focus on long-term goals. Know why you're investing: retirement, freedom, wealth building. When your vision is clear, short-term noise matters less. Number two, automatic contributions. Set it up so money goes in without thinking. No debating, no timing, no hesitation. Automation removes emotions. Number three, limit how often you check. Checking too often creates anxiety. Daily movements don't reflect long-term progress. Give your investment space to grow. Number four, stick to a simple strategy. You do not need complicity. You need something you can follow consistently. Simple strategies are easier to maintain, and maintenance is what wins. Consistency beats intensity. You don't need to do more, you just need to stay longer. Big efforts don't build wealth. Time plus consistency does. It's like standing on a treadmill. You don't need to sprint for 10 minutes. You need to walk consistently for a long time. Stay consistent long enough for it to work. At iSHARE, we don't teach hype investing. No chasing trends, no quick win mentality, because hype gets attention, but it doesn't build wealth. What we focus on instead is patience, letting time and compounding do their work. Discipline, showing up consistently regardless of emotions. And then structure, systems that guide decisions, not reaction. This approach isn't exciting at all, but it's effective. It keeps you grounded when the market moves, and it keeps you consistent when momentum fades. Because wealth is built by staying in the game. All of this matters because the goal isn't to be perfect. It's to be present long enough for your strategy to work. It's like a long game. The winner isn't the one who starts the fastest, it's the one who doesn't quit. So, stay in the game and let time do the rest. Most people fail because they choose the wrong investment. It's not about picking the perfect stock or finding the perfect time. The real reason, they didn't stay consistent long enough to let it work. They started, they stopped, they restart it. And in that cycle, they lose time. The one thing investing needs most. Most people don't fail because they choose the wrong investment. They fail because they didn't stay long enough. Wealth isn't built by being right once. It's built by staying consistent over time. If this helped you, subscribe to iShare. This channel is about discipline, financial literacy, and building legacy. No shortcuts.